Hey guys, I'm back again. So I got this old weed whacker from one of my neighbors. I think he got it from somebody else because it's been messed with. You'll see the signs as we start working on it. The plan was to do a quick carb rebuild on it, but it looks like somebody else already tried that once before, unsuccessfully. The first thing I'm going to do is disconnect the fuel lines. It looks like someone had replaced the fuel lines on this previously. Normally the thicker fuel line is the return line, but here they have it hooked up to the inlet. To remove the carb, first we have to remove these two bolts on the air filter housing. Then we can lift the air filter cover off, and then take out the air filter. This will expose two more bolts. These are the ones that actually hold the carburetor on. These are longer than the other two that we removed, so you won't confuse them. Now we can lift off the remainder of the air filter housing. Next, we'll disconnect the throttle linkage. With the carb unbolted, you can just kind of swing it out of the way and unhook it. Here I have the carb mounted in the vise, and we're ready to disassemble it. We're going to start with the metering side. There are two screws here that hold the cover on. And then we'll pop the cover off. The diaphragm was stuck to the cover. It's pretty dried out. It should be rubbery and flexible. Here's a close-up of the inside of the carb. We need to remove that large Phillips screw to get the needle valve out. Now I can already see our problem. There should be a little spring here underneath that lever. So somebody's definitely been in here before. They probably took the carb apart to clean it, lost the spring, and then decided to just put it back together anyway. There's a replacement spring in the rebuild kit, so we're covered. Next, we'll remove the needle valve. And then now we can flip the carb over and start on the other side. This is the fuel pump side. It's also the side that contains the primer bulb on this carb. There are two screws here that we need to remove. And then the whole base plate should just lift off. And here we can see another problem. This part is a filter screen, and it is packed with dirt. I'm guessing that when the fuel lines went bad, the fuel filter had broken off inside the tank, and it was letting it suck dirt into the carb. We'll have to clean all of that out later. For now, let's continue disassembling the carb. Here I have the base plate that we removed earlier in the vise. This black plasticky part is the fuel pump diaphragm, and these U-shaped parts are actually valves. We'll be replacing this part with one from the rebuild kit, so I need to scrape the old one off. There's also a gasket on the other side of the diaphragm. Make note that the gasket is installed facing the base plate and the diaphragm facing the carb. There's also a little bit of that dirt here that got transferred over from the other side. I'm going to have to be really thorough in cleaning this to make sure none of that dirt stays in there. Now I've flipped the base plate over, and we can remove the primer bulb. Next, we'll start cleaning the carb out with carb spray. Here, I'm shooting the spray through the needle valve hole. I want to back flush all of that dirt out of the screen. Here's a better shot where you can see it being flushed out. We're going to be replacing that screen anyway, but I want to make sure none of that dirt gets blown back into the carb. So I'll finish spraying this out and then move on to spraying out the base plate. And then I also sprayed out the primer bulb and the top cover as well. So now we're ready to take out that screen. To remove it, I'm just going to jam a pick at the edge of it and then gently pry it out. It's pretty clean after I cleaned it, but I still wanted to remove it so I could make sure that no dirt had gotten past it. You can see here the hole underneath it is pretty clean. I went ahead and sprayed it out again, and now we can install the new screen. I'm going to gently set it on top of the hole and then use a round punch to press it in. And that's it. Now we're ready to install the fuel pump diaphragm. You can lay out the old ones and duplicate the layout to get the right orientation. And then our gasket goes on top of that. And then the base plate. There are two tiny locating pins on the underside of the base plate. You need to make sure you have everything in the right orientation so those pins don't poke through the diaphragm. And then install the primer bulb, and then the two screws. Now when tightening it, I like to go back and forth to get everything torqued evenly. Now we can flip the carb over and start installing the new parts. First, we'll gently drop in the new needle, and then the new spring, and then the new lever assembly. Now this part can be a little bit tricky. The notch on the lever needs to hook on to the needle, and the spring needs to stay under the dimple in the lever. Once you got it all in, you want to hold it down while you reinstall the screw. Yeah, I know. There's a piece of cat hair stuck to the lever. I removed it before putting the cover back on. You want to keep everything clean when rebuilding a carb. Any dirt that you introduce into it could cause it to clog up later on. Next, we need to set the metering valve height. There's a special tool for this, but on these C1U carbs, you can just use a straight edge. You set the straight edge across the top, and you want the lever to just barely touch it. On this one, I have to go up quite a ways. To bend it up, I'm going to hold my thumb on the hinge portion and then use a small screwdriver to pry the end up a little. That's not quite enough. Let's try again. It's just got to go a hair up. That should do it. And then I'll actuate the lever a few times to make sure everything still works. See, I told you I removed the cat hair. Now we can put our gasket on, and then the new diaphragm. You want the side with the big metal disc facing down. Then line everything up, and we can reinstall the cover plate. It's the same thing here with the two screws. Alternate back and forth while tightening to evenly seat everything. So now we're ready to reinstall the carb. First, I'm going to hook on the throttle linkage. And then there are two locating tabs on the engine that I set the carb kind of in between of to hold it in place. I also replaced the fuel lines. The old ones weren't that bad, but they had them hooked up backwards, so I wanted to just replace them with new ones. I did that off camera. If you look at the Poulan carb rebuild video, I explain in there how to replace the fuel lines. Then we can reinstall the air filter base. Now these screws are threading into plastic, so make sure not to cross-thread them and strip them out. This air filter is junk. I'll replace it later. And then the air filter cover. So before we can fire it up, we need to make sure that fuel is flowing into the carb. So I'm going to keep pushing this primer button until I see that it fills up with fuel and we know fuel is flowing through the carb. So there you can see we've got fuel flowing. So I'm going to pump it again like 8 or 10 more times. And now, it's just not going to start. I pulled the spark plug and could see fuel on it, so it is getting fuel. It's acting like it's not getting a spark. Now I tested for spark before I started working on it to rebuild the carb, and I did test again after. It has spark, but I think it's a weak spark. It's just not enough to get it going. So you'll have to check out part 2. In part 2, I'll disassemble pretty much this whole thing to get to that ignition coil. Alright, thanks everybody for watching. Be sure to check out my other videos. See you later. Bye.